up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of Power Book 2, A Ghost, Season 1, Episode 3. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So we open up, we see Kane and Drew. See, I got their names. Kane and Drew are running around town collecting the money, doing what they need to do. We realize now Drew is supposed to be sort of like the nice one. Kane is the out of control, don't know which way he gonna go, brother. And the sister is even in on it. Like, she's not I think up until this point, I thought maybe she knew what was going on, but she wasn't a part of it. She was sort of like innocent, so to speak. But no, she 100% in it. Know what's up, know the deal. The brothers come home, and she's letting them know, listen, that crew is a crew that they run with, and they are all over social media bragging about what they have and basically making the block hot. And they were like, man, we're gonna have to handle this. And of course, here come Mary J. Blige from around the corner talking about handle what? Y'all got 10 seconds to let me know what the fuck is going on here. And of course, they tell her what's up, and so she let them like, listen, y'all need to go handle it. Like, go handle it. But what she ends up doing is she ends up calling her husband, the drug dealer that's locked up, asking him, what do we need to do about this? And he tells them, listen, I can't do nothing with them. Their father, I owe their father a favor. He looked out for me, and it is what it is. Like, send Drew, because Drew got the more level head, and, he can handle it. Of course, Mary J. Blige is like, I don't trust it. So she said, well, she didn't like it. All right? And she told him, listen, you need to let me run things the way I need to run things. You want the inside, I'm on the outside. I know what's up. And he was like, listen, I know you know and you think you know. But I'm telling you what I need to happen. So just do what I asked you to do. So she sends Drew to go talk to these dudes, right? But she tells Kane, listen, you stay in the background. You keep an eye on your brother. All right? Because I don't think he can handle it. Your father think he can. You and me know he can't handle it. So, while that's going on, we got Tasha in jail with Method Man. And he is trying to tell her, convince her, him and his investigator, he like, listen, you're not going to keep having me up in court looking crazy. Like, who the hell is Terry Silver? What the hell are they talking about with some damn Terry Silver? And she was like, listen, they know I ain't killed no damn Terry Silver. Sax know what the deal is. Like, me and Terry I don't know what's going on with this lighting today. Anyway, me and Terry was together. We were supposed to, run off into the sunset. He was going to make, he was trying to get me to flip on Ghost. I didn't kill him. Ghost found out what was going on. The Ghost like, well, I know what her body is. She was like, because I did. And he said, listen, this is a problem. And she said, listen, just put me on the stand. I can convince the jury, because, Tasha thinks she can convince anybody anything. Her and Tariq think they can just back their little eyelashes and tell their little lies, and everybody going to believe what they're saying. So she was like, just put me up on the stand. And he was like, hell no, I ain't putting you on the stand. She said, I'm telling you, put me on the stand. I can handle it. He giving her the side eye like, yeah, I don't know about all that. So he tells her, okay, you can get on the stand. And his investigator looking at him like, are you crazy? You know good and damn well you can't put her on the stand. That's going to be a problem. She said, listen, you need to cut bait. This case is a loser. Her ass is a liar. She going to jail. We don't have to go down with this sinking ship. You need to get off this case now. And he was like, nah. I think it's time to double down. Right? Because she said you need to cash in your chips. He said it's time to double down, go all in. So, we'll get back to them. Now, over at the schoolhouse, Tariq's still late for class. I don't know why the hell his ass can't get to class on time. I'm just not understanding what the issue is with him getting his ass to class on time. At this point, I just think you just doing it on purpose. Like, you just like being late. You like being put on the spot. Because you know the minute you late, they're gonna come for you. Like, you already know that's how that's going to happen. So, this time, Tariq did actually read the book. However, his opinion of the book, which is it Socrates, the Apology, or is it Aristotle? It's Socrates, the Apology, I think. Anyway. No, I know I had that wrong. Anyway, but it's about Socrates' trial. And he has of course, his idea and his attitude about it is totally different than what everybody's attitude has ever been about the book. Because that is who Tariq is. If you say black, he gonna say white. If you go left, he gonna go right. That's just what he does. The problem is, he knows how to back up what he's saying, and he actually makes some valid points. And the professor, he actually challenges the professor, and the professor was, you know, intrigued but not impressed. If that makes any sense. And and um, you know, so they kind of have a back and forth banter, and while they're having this back and forth banter, Kamari, mm-hmm, Kareem, Kamari, y'all know who I'm talking about, the other professor child. He's listening, and he's actually impressed by what Tariq is doing and how Tariq is pressing back. And of course, Tariq has got an attitude, and he is all in his feelings. So at the end of class, old girl rolls up on him and is like, "Listen, you need to chill out. Like, you gotta really stop ruffling feathers. Like, listen, we are in college. All you have to do is say what the professors want you to say, so we can get an A and get the hell out of here. Like, you already know what's up. Like, you gotta learn how to play the game." And he was like, "But I mean, I can't let him win." She was like, "Is winning that important?" And he's like, looking like, "Hell yeah. Don't you play the game to win? Isn't that what you do?" And he's telling her, I'm sorry. She's telling him, "Listen, boy, listen. When you write this paper, because they got to do a paper on the book," she said, "just tell him what he wants to hear, so you can get your A and get the hell up out of here." He was like, "All right, well, you know, all right then." He goes rolling off because now he got to make these phone calls. You know, he got to go get into his other line of work, child. So, you know what? Something just came in my head that I don't remember why it happened. So he lets Braden know that he ready to start selling drugs on campus. He's like, "Listen, you know, he down and they about to work a plan, honey." Braden goes and steals some scripts from a pharmacist. They go and cash them in, and they're gonna sell their pills on campus because Tariq realizes that this is a cash cow. Like, I need to get in on it. This is a cash cow. So Tasha back in jail. I mean, well, she's never left jail, but she back in Gen Pop. You know, she not with the lawyer anymore, and she ends up rolling up on old girl and giving old girl the morning after pill. And she's basically saying, "Listen, I heard this is what you needed. You know, I'm looking for a friend." And old girl was like, "Listen, this jail. We only here till it's time for us to go on trial. Ain't no need making no friends here." She was like, "Yeah, but you've been here a few times. I can tell. And I just need some. I hold on. Sorry, y'all, if the sound was bad. I forgot to put my mic up. I'm not redoing it though. We good. My bad. We only 7 minutes in. We be all right. Sorry, y'all. So I don't know what's going on with my sound today. I mean, with my situation today. Anyway, we back. That's better. Okay. So while she's talking to old girl up in the jail, one of the janitors is taking pictures of her having this conversation. And I immediately was like, "Oh, he must work for old dude, Salazar." I just made that name up. That ain't his name, y'all. That ain't his name. Mary J. Blige's husband. And that's exactly what he does. He goes rolling right back to him. And listen, he got the setup. Okay, he is living la vida loca. He playing dominoes with the guards. You know, he clearly running drugs through there. He got beer. He got this. He got that. Like, he got it going on. Like, he got a little bit of this, a little bit of that happening. And so the janitor come rolling up in there like, "Listen, you know, I did what you asked me to do, and looked like she gave the pill away. So she ain't pregnant or nothing. Like, ain't nothing going on with her and one of the inmates." He was like, "She gave the pill away." And then he showed old boy the pictures, but he immediately knows what she's doing, right? She doing favors to get favors, right? He's like, "Okay, she's slick. I see her. I see how she moving. Okay." But it just lets you know how he got everything working in this jail. Like, he is just the man. Back with let's go on and just knock Miss Tasha on out the water. Let's finish up Tasha, child. Let's just go and get Tasha out the way. So the next day, they come and get Tasha out her cell, and she's like, "What's going on? What are you doing? I need my lawyer. How are you moving me without my lawyer?" And they were like, "Girl, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere and be quiet." She's getting a little makeover, right? The investigator was like, "We here to make you look innocent, right?" They give her the wig and the makeup. Like, they did this whole montage like they were doing something different. All she did was look like Tasha, like, before jail. She got her wig back on. She got her makeup on. Like, they didn't do nothing different. She looked like Tasha, right? They put a little suit on her or whatever. And they take her in the court. The courtroom is empty, and they're bringing in a jury. And she's like, "What do you mean bringing in a jury? Like, what are you doing?" She was like, "Davis, what games are you playing?" He was like, "We're having a mock trial because you gonna before I put you on the stand for real, you gonna convince me that I can put you on the stand. So you need to show me this magic that you're gonna What is going on with this lighting?" Anyway, he was like, "You gonna have to convince me that this is what you can do," and so she goes up there, and of course she tells her sob story and her little love story with her and Ghost, and when things turned, and how she, everything was on him, and yeah, her name was on stuff, but it was because he made her, and he was so this and he was so that, and he just made her do all these horrible things, and none of it was her fault. And she actually did a really good job. She was very convincing, very convincing. But then it was time for the cross-examination. Who they bring in for the cross-examination? Tamika. And y'all know that Tamika know a whole lot more about Tasha than Davis did. And when I tell y'all Tamika made mincemeat out of Miss Tasha on the stand, listen, turned her inside and out, okay? Had her looking like pure mincemeat. The mock jury found her guilty. And Tasha couldn't believe it. She was like, they all found me guilty. Even the women, even the mothers. Like, she really thought that her little sob story was going to go over, and they weren't buying it. They just were not buying it. So, when Tamika is leaving, Tamika is like, "Listen, Sachs was working working for that 5th district, whatever, a lot longer than me. So this is what I know. He knows double that." She was like, "If you want my advice, you need to go to him and beg for another plea offer, because he gonna make her look like the biggest queen pin that ever lived." And he actually asked Tamika to be on the team, and Tamika was like, "Yeah, nah, that we good, but no, that's not gonna happen." And once again, his investigator is like, "You need to drop this case." So back at school, Tariq is struggling with this classwork, right? He is struggling with trying to keep up with his classwork and Zeke's classwork. Oh boy brings him, what was it, Homer the Odyssey, and talking about something, "Yeah, that paper due in 2 days." And he was like, "What you mean the paper's due in 2 days? Like, you can't just be dropping shit on me at the last minute. Like, I got my own work to keep up with." And he was like, "Well, what you tripping? Like, you know the deal." He was like, "I know the deal, but if I flunk out of school, you gonna automatically flunk out of school. So, like, you need to work with me. Like, you can't just be giving me shit at the last minute. I don't have time for this." So he said, "Listen," he was like, "Yo, I want to talk to your aunt." And he was like, "Yeah, nah." My aunt was like, basically, he was like, "My aunt said I can't play with you no more. Like, we got a business only situation, and we can't hang out." And he was like, "What?" He was like, he was like, "I don't know," but she was just like, after the other night at the house, like, basically, I just need to keep you, a business relationship with you. Like, it ain't nothing personal. Me and you, we cool. But auntie, she runs shit. I do what she tell me to do. Like, that's basically what this boils down to." And so, he was like, "All right, whatever, He was kind of in his feelings about it. He was like, "I just wanted to ask her if it was okay if I could date, your cousin." And he was like, "She don't date. She don't let her date nobody. So, like, that's a conversation you don't even need to have, because you can't date nobody." Now, so now Drew goes down to go talk to the crew that's all over the gram, flossing for the gram. And dude is high and drunk and, looking dangerous. He walk up in his lair. He got all his boys around him, got the girl on the couch. And, he was like, "Yeah, Monet," that's Mary J. Blige, "she wanted me to come down here and give y'all props. Like, y'all really doing it down. Y'all really making money. Y'all really doing it." And dude was like, "For real? She sent you down here? I thought she ain't like me. Now you coming down here talking about she giving me props. Like, what's up?" And he was like, "Listen, we just need y'all to keep it low. Like, y'all, we just keep a low profile. Y'all hot. We need y'all not to be hot. We need y'all to bring that shit down." And dude was like, "What you mean you need us to bring it down?" And it was about to get hot. It was about to get heated. And who come out the back? Kane. And of course, Drew is automatically pissed off, because Drew was like, "I had this covered. Like, why are you here?" And then Kane is like, "Dude was about to draw on you. We not playing no games." Like, and he tried to keep it cute. He was like, "Listen, all we doing is asking that y'all keep a low profile. Like, that's it. We don't want no smoke. We don't want no issues. Just keep the shit light." And then on his way out the door, he shoots up the joint. What you do that for? So as soon as they come out of it's like a warehouse. As soon as they come out of the little warehouse, here come the police rolling up. But one of the police officers is the police officer that's looking out, that's messing with Mary J. Blige. And so the boys take off running, and as soon as he recognizes who they are, he's like, oh shit, And he ends up diverting the cop away, although Kane was ready to kill that cop. Kane had his gun ready, they ran and they, hid, and he was going to shoot the cop. But the police officer was able to get dude redirected and moved, gone to the other way. Mary J. Blige is pissed, because she was like, so y'all wasn't gonna tell me that y'all shot the place up? Like I found out from, the cop that y'all was down there and y'all almost got busted. Like, there was like a whole videotape where dude, they had a video of Drew, his coat. They don't have his face, but they was about to get him on the video that they posted on the gram. And, the cop was telling Mary J. Blige, like, listen, I looked out and I did what I could, but, like, I'm going to need y'all to calm down. Like, I'm going to need you to calm down. And she was like, I can't. She was like, I really appreciate all that you're doing. I really appreciate you looking out for me, but, yeah, I can't. I can't, like, just, walk away and not, like, this is my business. Like, I got to do my business. So, Zeke has a game, right? Zeke, Mary J. Blige and the daughter, they're on campus for Zeke's game. Now, Zeke is still on academic probation. They don't know it, though. They think that he's done enough to get off of academic probation. He's supposed to be off of academic probation. This is the season opener. He's supposed to be off, but he's not. The coach is pissed off about it. Zeke pissed off about it. Mary J. Blige is pissed off about it. Now, while they're walking to the gym before they find out, I got ahead of myself. Before they find out, old girl is talking to Mary J. Blige like, why can't I play ball? Like, I'm better than Zeke in my sleep. And I was like, oh, damn. And she said, because that's not what you're going to do. Like, you need to keep your eyes on the prize. Like, we need you, school ain't your thing. I don't need you in school. It's not important. You're going to run the business. Drew's going to, Drew's in charge. He's taking over, but we need you to be ready. Like, I need you to be a good lieutenant. And she was like, so what's the problem with me going to school? Like, daddy don't even want me to be, like, next in line. So I don't even understand the issue with me going to school. Like, why can't I have this experience? She was like, why can't, Zeke can do it. She was like, Zeke ain't my son. And she was like, but you're letting him play basketball. Like, I don't understand why I can't play ball. Like, what is the problem? Why I can't play no basketball? So they get to the gym, and Tariq is trying everything to have a conversation with Mary J. Blige, and she is ignoring him. She is giving him no play. She is ignoring him. I mean, she's answering him, but she is ignoring him all at the same time, okay? And Tariq and old girl end up having a conversation, and she was like, listen, my mama in a bad mood. We got a lot of shit going on, and she really ain't feeling you being around, especially after what you saw the other night at the house. So at the end of the day, like, we cool, I'm cool, you cool, but, like, it ain't nothing going on over here, bro. Like, don't take it personally, but stay out her way, all at the same time, And he was trying to sit with them at the game, and she was like, sorry, you're not gonna be able to sit with us at the game. But when all that's over, said and done, she ends up calling her father. She got a burner, and she calls her father on a burner, and she basically is like, daddy, and she the daddy's girl, so she basically told her, like, listen, daddy, I'm gonna need some, I need some help. Like, mama is tripping. Like, can you talk to her? So next thing you know, we see Mary J. Blige with her husband. They having conjugal visits up to the jail, honey. And he's talking to her about the business. He's letting her know, like, listen, the way you running things is not cool. Like, I'm not really appreciating how you running stuff. Like, I'm gonna need you to really get shit in line. And she was like, what you mean? Like, I'm doing the best I can. And he said, listen, I know this ain't what we said. This ain't how I meant to run the place. This not how things were supposed to go down. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I need you to listen to what I'm telling you. He was like, and what's this about, baby girl can't go to college? Why she not in school? And Mary J. Blige was like, what you talking about? She was like, listen, you might be their daddy, but I'm their mama, and I'm the one that's with them every day. So personally, I know shit, and I'm more, in tune with my kids. And so you might be running this, but you don't run my house, okay? And so she comes home and she is immediately pissed off because she was like, so you've been talking to your father behind my back? And she was like, no, what you talking about? She was like, go get the burner. So she goes and gets the family burner. Mary J. Blige checking the call log and stuff. And she was like, I guess you didn't. She said, but girl, let me tell you something. I was leaving before you were even coming, okay? So I'm always a step ahead of you. So don't think that you are going to outsmart me. And at the end of the day, this is still my house. Your daddy don't run shit up in here. Basically, AKA, you ain't going to school. Don't call him no more because that didn't work. Okay? Okay. So back on campus, let me tell y'all some stuff was going down. So Tariq, the neighborhood drug dealer that Tariq had peeped at the little frat party last week, he got him preoccupied with his friend, the stripper down to the club. Got him preoccupied, right? So that they could go to the party. Him and old boy could go to the party, and they could sell up the little supply they picked up from stealing the scripts, right? So he was able to sell all of those. He made the money, whatever. But of course, he needs more money because his mama done called him after that whole thing went down with the mock trial and shit didn't go her way. Honey, she called Tariq and was like, yo, give Davis whatever he want because this gonna be a problem. So he knows he's really trying to hook up now with Mary J. Blige because he knows he needs a bigger connect. Like, they're not going to be able to keep stealing scripts. Like, he's going to have to get a connect. So, and this is, I'm trying to do this without putting my input into why this is so ridiculous, but, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. Like, anyway, I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to tell it. I'm just going to tell the story. Oh, Jesus. In the meantime, Tariq gets his paper back. Honey, he done failed. Why did Tariq fail? Because Tariq listened to old girl and wrote what he thought the professor wanted to hear versus what he really felt. The problem was the professor didn't grade his own shit. He said, listen, I'm a tenure professor. I am way beyond the level of grading papers, okay? You want to go talk to Kareem. Kareem graded these papers. So Tariq goes to talk to him, and he was like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, why you give me an F? Like, what's up? Why you ain't give me credit? And he said, because, you ain't earned it. And he said, at the end of the day, you have an opinion, you need to stick by that opinion. Like, you owe it to everybody to stay true to who you are. You gave this great argument, and you went toe-to-toe with the professor, but when it was time to write the paper, you acquiesced to what the professor wanted, because you thought that's what he wanted to hear. Not really. He was like, well, if I knew you was grading him, he was like, what, you would have changed your opinion? He was like, you should always be true to who you are at all times. And Tariq was like, all right, whatever. So what I need to do to get credit? Because, like, I can't fail. Like, I got to take care of my family. He was like, well, there's nothing you can do to change this grade. That's just going to be par for the course. That's your punishment. But just know the lesson learned is always stay true to who you are, even if it's not a popular opinion. Stick to your guns, support your opinion, and it is what it is. So Tariq gets back to the room, and Zeke is playing video games, and now Tariq is even more pissed off because he was like, wait a minute. So I done failed my paper, even though it wasn't Zeke's fault why he got an F on that paper. That was his fault why he got an F on that paper. He said, I'm over here busting my ass trying to do your work and my work because you said you was too busy, but you sitting here playing video games. He was like, listen, at the end of the day, if I flunk out of school, you flunk out of school. So you're going to have to meet me halfway. Like, I'm not here to do all your work. I know why I'm here. And I understand there's going to be some shit that's above your head that you can't handle, but the shit that you can handle, I'm going to need you to do. Like, I can't do all your work and mine too. Like, it's just not going to work. And he was like, all right, I owe you one. He was like, you know what? You owe me one, but you can actually pay me back right now. And he was like, what you mean? So Tariq basically told him he wanted 5 minutes with his aunt. So he called the aunt to come and pick him up, told the aunt that Tariq wasn't in the room, and of course Tariq was. And she was like, oh, so you lying to me now? He was like, listen, auntie, he just said he needed 5 minutes. Like, please don't be mad. Please talk to him for 5 minutes so that, basically I can get this off my back. So Tariq told her, he was like, listen, she said, you got 5 minutes, make it quick. So Tariq opens up the bag of money and shows it to her, and she was like, I don't need this. Like, I'm good. I don't need no money. What you paying me for? And he was like, I need a connect. She was like, I don't even know you. She was like, well, first of all, you need to be careful who you accusing of being a criminal. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. How you just gonna roll up on me and act like I'm a criminal? Like, stop it. Then she said, Well, I don't know you. Like, why would I go into business with you? I don't know nothing about you. Like, you might be the ops. Like, I don't know you. And he said, listen, basically Tariq blackmailed her and was like, listen, if you want Zeke to stay in school, I'm gonna have to take care of my family. And the only way I know how to take care of my family is to sell drugs. So either you gonna help me and you gonna become my new connect, or I'm gonna have to drop out of school. And where does that leave Zeke? And so of course Mary J. Blige, she bought the bait. And she was like, all right, she said, but on the one condition, you can't live with him. I don't want him nowhere near this. I don't want him smelling it. He was like, that's cool. I got somewhere I can stay because he gonna go stay with Braden, you know. He was like, I got somewhere to stay. She was like, all right. So she took the money and she called, her husband and was like, yo, this is what's up. Da 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 da. Boom, boom, boom. So he was like, well, what's his weakness? And she said, Tariq is the weakness. The mother is the one you need to talk to. So the uncle get on the phone. Husband get on the phone and call Tasha and lets Tasha know. Listen, on her burner, and says, listen, your son gonna do exactly what we tell him to do, and if he fuck up, we gonna kill him. Period. So of course now Tasha is like, oh my gosh, what is Tariq doing? What is he getting himself into? Now, last but not least, listen, this ain't that deep, but I'm sure it's gonna come into play later on. So Professor Kareem was in his office with one of his grad students, right? And she flirting with him, and she coming on to him, and he tried to resist. He was like, no, 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 no. You're my student. She was like, graduate student. He was like, this isn't right. This isn't ethical. Like, I shouldn't do this. And she was like, boy, please. And next thing you know, they are getting busy. Like, he is slamming her up against the wall and all kinds of stuff. Well, old girl is next door. And she's been avoiding him. She's been doing what she's supposed to do and avoiding him. She ain't answering his phone calls. But, of course, now she hears him on the other side of the wall getting it in. I'm sure he didn't think she was over there because he wouldn't have been doing it, I'm sure. But she realizes, oh, he really is just on one. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. I feel like I'm missing something, but if I miss it, I'll pick it up next week, child. It is what it is. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.